Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about my latest gaming book, Pirates of the Spanish Main, for the Savage Worlds mechanic system. I got this book cheap, $12, like new condition, at a used book, at a bargain bin in a gaming comic store. And I've never been a huge fan of pirates. I've never really been enamored of the genre. I mean, yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean films were entertaining. I saw them once. I probably never need to see them again. But it just never resonated with me. However, when I bought this, I had no Savage World books, and I needed some for a project I'm working on. And I did want to see how the generic Savage World system could be applied to a specific setting, a specific genre. And so I'm thinking, Pirates is a specific genre. Let's see how it works. And I have to say, I was impressed. This game does exactly what it says it's going to do. It presents to you a fictionalized version of the 18th century Caribbean that would let you play pirates in that setting. The overall production values of the book are excellent, great stitching, good solid cover. The artwork inside is all decent. The worst of the stuff is still gets the job done, and some of it is very good with a painting-like style and very evocative of the setting. It really captures the feel of the whole pirate theme. I thought it was quite well done. They also had quite a few bits that were quite slightly outside that, like showing a number of different indigenous peoples, some Spaniards, and some of the more traditional conquistadors' armor, things like that. So I really enjoyed the artwork in this. It's also full color, cover to cover, which is nice. I think the original price is like $30 for this, and I got lucky. I paid $12. And it's the Savage World system, being a generic system, is flexible enough to cover this genre without a problem. There are some specific hindrances and edges that have been added to reflect this genre, but all of the standard ones that come in the base game are still in play, and they all work. The skill system has been slightly tweaked here and there, but not much. If you know it from the standard game, you'll be completely comfortable with this one. Obviously, since this is set in a real-world 18th century Caribbean, everybody plays a human, and that's okay. The one nice thing I thought about in this was that they present ships like people. So the ships all have their own stats. They have their own hindrances, their edges. Like, it could be really good at turning, and it could have a hindrance of like poorly designed decks, so it can't man as many guns and things like that. So it really kind of gives the ships an individuality. It's not just a bunch of wood with sails slapped on the top of it. It really is an individual, and I really like the way they did that. Another thing I like about this is they have fencing academies, which are a reflection of the real world. There were, national fencing academies in Spain and France, and then, of course, private fencing academies and things like that. So those are in this, and they give you bonuses based on the style that you've been taught. And if you stick with that over time, when you become a higher level character, you get a secret revealed to you. They reveal something that they don't tell just anybody who is a dilettante. They want someone who's really dedicated, and if you are, you get the knowledge of that secret, which was kind of cool. So if you're looking for a pirate setting for the Savage World system, this is your one-stop shopping. It's got everything you need. You can pick this book up, you open it, and in an hour you could be playing Pirates of the Caribbean. You could probably do a decent Princess Bride with this. I think it would be very easy to adapt it because, the Dread Pirate Robert was a pirate after all. So yeah, this book really kind of fits that time period, that 17th, 18th century really well. And I really recommend it if you like the genre and are looking for a Savage World book in that genre. Now, some negative comments. Two specifically. One, the book significantly glosses over the role of racism in 18th century Caribbean. It downplays it to the point of almost achieving absurdity. It essentially just kind of pushes it away and says, any of your player characters will be okay regardless of their, what race they're playing, what their ethnic background, unless they're trying to become a captain or an admiral or something. The problem is that in reality, in the 18th century in the Caribbean, if you were black or an indigenous person, you were one step above an animal. The European powers did not see you as an equal in any way, shape, or form. So to present the situation in a more positive racial light than is quite frankly present in the Caribbean in the 21st century, and yet having that attitude in the 18th, really was incongruent to me. It really struck me as being completely out of place. It just made no sense. And the second thing is that the book takes a confusingly positive view of Columbus. They really do seem to be presenting Columbus as this nice guy, and all the bad things happened after he left and other people moved in. No. Columbus was not a nice guy. He was a right bastard. He exported humans to Europe. He enslaved people to get gold. He wasn't a nice guy. And he didn't discover anything. Everywhere he laid his foot, there had been people there for thousands of years. Okay? When his people were still puttering around the Mediterranean in triremes, there were people living in Cuba. Alright? So, I had a problem with that as well. But if you can overlook the whitewashed ethnic racism and the fact that the book is seen as an apologizing treatise on Columbus, overall, it's a good gaming product. It's fictionalized. It's enough like the reality that you can use real world references, but it's not so much like reality that you are going to have to get bogged down in details. So I recommend it for pirates, but not as a historical document.